Yeah. Hi, good morning, everybody. Good morning, wherever you're watching. Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, whoever and however and wherever you're watching this live. Today, we want to talk about um, our country, Nigeria. And the reason why we're talking about this country, Nigeria, today is there is something that is going on that I think is not supposed to be like that. There is a lot of mistake we're doing as people. There is a lot of mistake the government is doing, in which I don't want to believe the government is making a mistake. I think it's a purpose art. I think it's a purpose art by the government. I want to ask and know the reason why in Nigeria, government, schools, and facility are always shutting down. Why do they always shut down the government facilities and schools? Is it because the government don't not want to include those facilities and school into their budget? Is it because the government is tired of taking care of people, the children, the normal citizen, that their father and their mother cannot uh, afford to pay huge amount in a private school, private primary school, private institution, and private university? Can we say it's because the government don't want people to go to school? Can we say it's because the government don't want to uh, fund those people who cannot afford the private institution? What exactly is the problem? Why do government usually shut down primary schools and secondary school belongs to the government? I remember back in the days, everyone in the government today, everybody in the government today are people who benefited from the past government, from the old government. Everyone who is in the government in Nigeria today are the people who benefited from free education, free books, free money, free food, and free everything. Then why today has it become so difficult for the same people who benefited from free food, free books, free education? Why is it so difficult for them today to offer the same free book, free food, free education to the Nigerian children? Why do the government, why are they selling or demolishing primary schools, secondary school belonging to the government? Why? That is my question for the day. And I see there is a problem. These police are the police we have in the country today. The basic education we had when we were younger was the reason why the country was at peace to date. Because why? We was trained in a way that it created a lot of fears in our mind. We was going to school whereby we had teachers, the teachers of 50 years plus, 60 years plus, who don't come to school to only teach about books, who never come to school to only teach about one, two, three, or English. They came to school to teach about morals. They came to school to teach about understanding. They came to school to teach about greetings. They came to school to teach about respect. How you respect your father, how you respect your mother, how you respect the people that are older than you. We had people who was old to be teacher then. They are like mother to us. They are like father to us. When we are wrong, they beat and they cane us. They did not go, they are not in the school just for the money. They're in the school to train a better societies. Those are the kind of school, the government school we went to. That is why today, if you see people born in the 60s, 70s, 80s, they have the fears in their heart. There are some certain things they cannot do. There are some certain crimes they cannot commit. Because they have these fears. Because they were brought up with fears, with morals, with respect. But today, we're having this problem because this government kept shutting down schools. This government kept shutting down institutions whereby they could learn that basic understanding about life. This government kept shutting down where the little children can learn about respect, can learn how to respect the society, how to respect the people, how to talk to people, how to be moral in everything you do. They're shutting down where people can learn how to be dignitaries. The dignitaries. They're shutting down a lot of things where the children can gain from. This is why we kept having a lot of children whereby these children today are smoking. There's a lot of drugs, uncontrolled drugs addicts on the street. There's a lot of things that the government are unable to control today. Why? Why is because they've shut down those aspects, the basic facilities where the children can learn about morals, about understanding, about life. They've shut down where those students can learn about respect, where those children can learn about not to smoke, not to drink. These people kept shutting down a lot of places and creating chaos, and they bringing out a lot of police outside, making it look like the police are working. No. When you don't create crimes, there's nothing the police is meant for. So you actually creating those crimes and bringing out the police to make it look like those people are working. You actually creating the chaos for people and bringing out police to make it look like you guys are working. The politicians make it look like they're working. When they bring out a lot of police outside to come curb the crime. What crime are we curbing? The crime you guys created is what you're still trying to curb. You created this crime by not giving the basic amenities to the children. The politician created this crime by not giving what they're supposed to give to the children. And when the children turns criminals, or when the children turns an addict, a drug addict, the police, the politician push out the police to make it look like they are working. Are you really working as a politician? Are you really working as a government official? Are you really working? The teacher are the main thing, the main important thing in the life of every children. You must pay them a huge amount of money to keep teaching these people morals, understanding, lifestyle, living lifestyle, how to live, respect. The teacher are the people who's going to teach the professor. Because before you become professor, you start from somewhere. You start from the primary school, the basic education. And you're going to go through a teacher. And the teacher will teach you 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, and teach you all sort of things you need to know before you become whoever it is you want to become in life. So the teachers are supposed to be treated in a normal way. Don't stop, you guys, the politicians, the government, the politician, the federal government need to stop shutting down schools. You can stop shutting down primary school. Stop shutting down government institution. Instead, add more funds to the government institution. Get some adequate teachers. Get older people to be teaching so they can teach these children morals. They can teach these young kids coming understanding. They can teach these children respect. They can teach these children living lifestyle. They can create fears in these people, in these little children's heart. You cannot keep shutting down schools and you expect a better outcome of children. No. And if my children is not able to go to the private university or private primary school and secondary school, does it mean my children doesn't have a life? If my children is not able to go to uh, private university, private nursery and primary school, does it mean I am not living as a citizen? Does it mean I don't have a life as a citizen? If my children, if I am not able to afford a private institution, does it mean my kids don't have a life? Now you guys are turning everything upside down. If children or parents are not able to go into the private institution, it means they cannot go to the government institution. It means they do not have a life. And in a private institution, you are paid. Once you're paid, you have the right to do everything you want to do. There's a limit to the control. There will be a limit to the control that you can give to a student. Because the student say, my mother paid you for me to be in this school. My father paid you for me to be in this school. You cannot beat me. You cannot discipline me in some manners. But if it is in a federal school where the children is going to school for free, there will be limitation to the harms, the crimes the children can commit. Because he or she know the teacher will correct them in a hard manner. Beating, flogging, punishment. But today, every children are starting from nursery and primary school because we don't have a good school. We don't have a good federal school for the children. We don't have basic amenities for the children. Every federal government school, primary school, is getting being short, is getting short down, is getting closed down. How do we supposed to grow now? How do we supposed to grow now? That is the problem. That is the question. How are the children? How is the the addict of the drugs? How is it supposed to reduce? How is the smoking on the street supposed to reduce? How is the mentality supposed to increase? Today, we attribute everything in Nigeria to money. That is weird. That is why we are stuck here today. Nothing goes for free. We attribute everything to money. Someone may even ask you to greet them before they give you money. Someone will even ask you to prostrate before they give you food. We attribute everything to money. And the moment, you need to understand, the moment you attribute money to crime, people will be able to commit that crime because they have the money to solve the consequence. But if it is a punishment, you attribute to a crime, people will be scared to commit a crime because they know they're going to face the consequence if they commit any crime. But today, everything is being attributed to money. And that's why a lot of people are committing the crime because they have the money stored somewhere whereby they will be able to pay for their crime they commit. But if we don't have money attributed to crime, the crime in the society will have reduced. The Nigerian government, everything starts from the basic. Stop shutting down basic school that is main for the federal government. Stop closing school that is main for the federal government. Leave the school. Let children put more money, give more budget into schools. I mean school. When I say school, the local government school, the federal schools. Pay some adequate teachers. Pay good teachers. Pay them good salaries so they can teach the children we are giving birth today. They can teach them some respect and morals, understanding and lifestyle living, the living lifestyles. So there will be less problem in the society in the future. The reason why we're here today is because people that was born in the 70s, 60s, and 80s are cool-headed. They were trained in a better way. They were trained in a better manner. They were trained with fears. Today, in the next 10 years, we may not have this country again because of the children we are breeding. In the next 10 years, we may not have this country again because of the kind of children we are breeding. Look everywhere you go now. Turn left, there will be smoke addict. Turn right, there's a smoke addict. Turn front, go to front, there will be an addict. Go to the back, there will be an addict. There's a lot of smoker addicts. There's a lot of people smoking because they lack basic understanding. Because there was no basic teaching. Because you shut down the teachers who are supposed to give these people the basic understanding, the basic knowledge. Because you've closed down the school. In Nigeria, most especially in Lagos State, they are selling the land that belongs to the federal schools, the primaries and the secondary schools. They are selling those lands. We are the children of the poor people. Where do they supposed to learn from? Their mother and their father can afford to send them into a private institution. They cannot go into private institution. Where are they supposed to learn from? Y'all should stop creating crime and acting like you are trying to eradicate crime. You government should stop creating the crime and you stop acting like you are trying to eradicate crime. In every country, in every sane country, crimes can only be managed. It can never be eradicated. It can never be eradicated. It can be managed. How do we manage the crime? Is by creating a basic understanding to people growing up. Only in Nigeria, I say the school shutting down history, taking out history from school curriculum. How do you take down history from school curriculum? Who does that? In a country that is built with history, that has millions and thousands of history. Nigeria that has that is built on history. Now you're shutting the country down because, or where? Because you feel you want to rewrite your own story and forget the history that has been created in the past. What are we supposed to teach our children coming? What are we supposed to tell them? What are we doing? What are you guys doing? What are the government doing? What is your thinking? What are you thinking? How much more money do you need to garner? How much more money do you need to pull together, to save, to steal? How much more money do you need to spend to get to heaven or wherever you're going after you're dead? How much money do you think you're going to bribe the angels from? If at all there are some angel, how much money do you think the angel need? That you keep stealing the money, putting them somewhere. What for? Why are you stealing? Just for you to have this life you're not going to have after life. You're having the life you're not going to have after life. You're shutting down schools, selling lands, and after you're dead, you're gone. What are we supposed to do? The government are creating more crimes, thinking they are eradicating the crime. You cannot eradicate crime by not nurturing the infant brains. We need to nurture the infant brain. When the little kids are growing, you nurture their brain. You teach them a lot of things. Teach them lifestyles. They don't just go to school. There is school after school. There is school inside the school. Children shouldn't just go to school because they want to go learn A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Children to go to school to learn about their countries, to learn about their rights, to learn about their state, to learn about who they are, to learn about who they want to become, to learn about moral, to learn about understanding, to learn about respect, to learn about culture. Children need to go to school to learn about different things. They are not supposed to go to school to go learn about just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No. Children don't have to go to school to go learn about just A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. No. Children are supposed to go to school to go learn about different things. What are these different things? the basic understanding, the basic knowledge. The basic knowledge we're talking about now is what is going to help your government in reducing those policemen taking out ammo on the street. Why do we have our policemen taking out AK-47 every time on the street? Why? What for? We are not in a front war. We are not in the forefront. We are not fighting a battle. We are not fighting each other. We are not fighting neighboring country. Why do police move around with AK-47? It is because they feel they are guiding criminals. It is because they feel they are guiding untrained brains. It is because they think they are monitoring thieves. And this government are the people who created the thieves. This government are the people who created the criminals. This government are the people who gave birth to these people and did not nurture their brains. This government are the one who will never pay teachers their salaries. And when you don't pay teachers their salaries, how do you want them to work? How do you want them to work? Who is to be blamed now? The boys smoking on the street? The girl turning prostitutes at age of 13 years? Or the government who eradicate their right from childbirth? That is the title of this video. Who is to be blamed? Who is at fault? The government failed to give basic knowledge to the children, and the children grew up knew nothing. The children grew up know nothing. The children grew up with zero understanding about the country they were born. Who is to be blamed? Who is at fault? We will continue this life tomorrow, but it's going to be maybe on another topic entirely. But I feel if Nigerians want to be better, if they really want to be better, if they want to be better, the basic line needs to be monitored. The basic from the childbirth needs to be monitored. The lifestyle we want our children to live when they grow to 15, 13 years old need to be monitored the day they were born. If Nigerians want a better country, we need to go back to the old ways of living. What is the old way of living? It's how our culture teaches our children. It's how we teach people how to use their head. It's how we teach our children what you do when you wake up in the morning. Sweep, do the dishes, greet, go to school, learn about this, learn about that. We had a lot of books we read when I was growing up. A lot of books. A lot of books. The fears of those books still lives in my heart to date. Because there was a lot of things, the do's and don'ts in those books. And the moment you read them, they get stuck in your heart. Those are the books we're supposed to give our children to read. So they could help shape their life, the living life they're going to live it tomorrow. But we don't have those books no more. They're even shutting down school, they're shutting down libraries. How are we supposed to grow as a nation when we don't have basic education? We don't have basic knowledge of our country. We don't have basic knowledge of our history. We don't have basic knowledge. We dead mentally. They're killing the mental strength. Once your mental strength is dead, you're empty. Once your mental health is dead, you are empty. And that is what these people are trying to do. I've never seen a country who shut down schools, who is selling the land meant for schools. What for? For what money? If we can afford federal school, it means we don't have a life. In a country where we were born, we want better things. We want to do better. We want you guys to do better. We want you guys to do better. We want the government to do better. We want you guys to give life to these children. We cannot continue like this. It's not everybody who has the money to be in a private or secondary private institution. It's not everybody who has the money to be in a nursery in the primary schools. We are the same because you want to take money from the owner of this school. You want to take tax from them. Is the reason why you're shutting down your federal school for the private institution. But the private institution is teaching the children the crime that you're going to bring out the police tomorrow, and you want the police to cop the crime, that you send those people to go learn in the school. We need the federal school to be working. We need the primary school, the federal primary school to be working. We need the secondary school, which is meant for the federal, to be working. We need adequate teachers. We need old teachers. And we need them to be paid very good salaries. Thank you, everyone who has joined this live to worship. Tomorrow, we will do a lot. And tomorrow, we will do a lot. And tomorrow, we will do a lot. We will never stop talking until something is done. The children are the tomorrow. If we don't fight today, our children will continue the battle tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. I love you. I remain your boy, Nephilim. Sorry, I'm trying to save this video. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, what the fuck? No, I'm thinking. It's me, I end the life.